Hello there everyone, welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Tuesday, July 31st, 2012, and the image that you're looking at right now is a very good representation of what is currently going on in Anaheim, California, as the police state is really ramping up their efforts there and becoming more and more militarized at the same time. Now this is all because of an incident that took place about a week ago where there was a shooting involving a police officer where an unarmed man was shot, Manuel Diaz. And Diaz is well known within his community, so later on in the day after that shooting, his community rallied together to organize a protest against police brutality. And what ended up happening is the Anaheim California Police Department showed up to this small, peaceful protest against police brutality and began shooting into the crowds with rubber bullets, and they unleashed the dogs on the crowd. And this is a crowd full of women and children who were fired upon by the California Police Department, and this has just caused the entire community to be absolutely outraged with the police state. Here's the video in question of where police officers fired on women and children who were protesting police brutality.
Right now, chaos erupts after a controversial police shooting in Anaheim. And tonight, the tension continues. Officers fire what appeared to be beanbags and unleash a canine into a crowd of women and children. We have a disturbing video taken as it happened. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Susie Sa.
And I'm Rob Schmidt. This is KCAL 9 News at 10. We begin tonight with breaking news from Anaheim. Police are facing off with an unruly crowd that showed up to protest a shooting earlier in the day. The trouble began late this afternoon with an officer-involved shooting in the 600 block of North Anna Drive near La Palma. KCAL 9's Jay Jackson is live in Anaheim with what's happening right now. Jay.
Rob, we're on La Palma and Acacia, where this scene is still a very active scene. Take a look behind me. You can see police cars are lined up here on La Palma, and you're looking west on La Palma right now. Earlier today, there was a scene that was a near riot as police confronted people who were protesting, as you mentioned, an officer-involved shooting. Just moments ago, there was a dumpster fire out here. There was citizens that had shut down the street. Now police have cleared that out, but here's the video from earlier today, which can only be described as frightening. Chaos and violence in the streets of Anaheim. Anaheim Police firing rubber bullets confront a crowd of terrified children, parents, and angry residents near La Palma and Acacia.
You can see this woman has a child.
Police dog, which attacks a mother holding her child and this bystander.
They just started shooting him. I was with my son and the dog just came.
This is the man that was on the floor.
He was on the floor and getting shot.
Talk about what happened.
They just released the dog and I had my baby and my and my stroller, and the dog just scratched me with his teeth and then just grabbed me.
It all started around 4 o'clock this afternoon when police shot this man, known in the community as Stomper. Police say he was one of 3 men who took off running when they approached him earlier in the afternoon.
What exactly happened during the shooting, we don't know. We're still investigating that. But the shooting occurred, and the male was taken to a local hospital.
But neighbors who saw the shooting say police overreacted. Then they confronted the officers, demanding answers. That's when the pandemonium broke out.
We just started shooting again. No, we don't have no guns, nothing.
I just got scared. I just saw water bottles get thrown in the air. They just started shooting everyone. They shot a little kid too.
So this is clearly a ridiculous show of force by the California police upon peaceful demonstrators. So this has gained the attention of the rest of California, really, as they are all now beginning to protest the tyrannical actions of the police. And pictures are now beginning to emerge, which would show that the city there is just descending into a militarized police state. As you can see, there are militarized police walking around all over the place there now. Here you can see in their camouflaged gear with their police vests, patrolling the streets of Anaheim. And I'll put a link in this article in the description so you can check out all of these pictures for yourself. Here you can see they're all over the place on the rooftops, surrounding all the protesters, keeping track of everybody. There was one gentleman who held up a sign in front of Disney like this: "Hey kids, check out the military police." And he ended up getting arrested, as you can see there. Lots of arrests going on here. Police up on the rooftops again. And I mean, look at this guy. This is actually in front of Disneyland, where some of the protesters marched down to. And again, this is all in response to police brutality, and this is how they respond. It's shocking, really. Here is a militarized police SWAT officer checking the ID of independent journalist Tim Pool, who was there documenting some of the protests that were going on in Anaheim. And he had a rather terrifying experience just trying to film the police state. Here's footage of what happened to Tim Pool just the other night as he tried to document the police state.
All police now moving in.
So he had to run because they shot at him.
And that's the first time I've been fired at.
So journalists are being fired at here with rubber bullets for trying to cover this event, and I think we need to pay attention to what's going on here in Anaheim, in California. We all remember certainly what happened with the Rodney King beating in California, the case of police brutality there, which ended up resulting in massive, large-scale riots against the police brutality. So we certainly don't want to see a repeat of that as these things continue to escalate. But we have to be careful when we see these lines blurred, like we see here. We got to remember the police are supposed to be there to protect its people and to protect and serve its citizens. And the job of the military is simply to fight an enemy. And when you begin to blur those lines and you see the merging of the police with the military, that's when we start to see some of the tyrannical actions that we are now witnessing in Anaheim, California. So it's something we're going to have to pay attention to over the next few days, coming weeks. We've all known that there's been a growing police state and is becoming more and more militarized, but now we're really starting to see it right before our very eyes, especially right now in Anaheim, California. So we're going to continue to pay attention to this one as this story develops. And again, I'll put a link in the description to some of these videos and articles so you can keep up to date about what's going on out there as well. And anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in once again, and I'll see you all right back here tomorrow.